Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to do some trade breakdowns. So I'm going to share with you some trades that I took during Friday price action on NQ, right? And they are all based on the strategy that I have shared in my channel recently. So the sweep on liquidity inside the zone strategy, not the best name, I know. Anyway, it is all based on DTFX concepts. It's a simple strategy, effective with a really high win rate. It works on every time frame and every single asset class. Once you understand the logic behind it, the markets will be your playground. It's so easy that I can just explain it with this drawing right here in under 1 minute. So what do we have right here? We have a zone, which is from this high to this low, a pullback, price rating higher, and then retracing back into the zone, tap into it, creating this swing low right here, starts trading higher, and then one more time sweeping this swing low right here, and then take off to the upside. This swing low can be inside the zone or it can be just above the zone. Either way, we want to see price sweeps this low right here. And then we want to see a CSS rejection. CSS rejection is basically closing above the candle that created the low, that swept the low, this swing low right here, closing above it with body closure. That if you want to use the same time frame, let's say for example, this is a 15-minute time frame. If you want to use the confirmation on the candles themselves, use the same time frame. Or what you can do is you go to the lower time frames. For example, the 15-minute, you go to the 1 minute, and you're going to look for this market structure shift, traditional market structure shift. And that's it. That's the whole strategy. You enter from here, you stop loss here. Here you're going to enter once price return back into the candle, right, into this range, and your stop loss is here, and you're going to target something on the upside. Right, so you need to have a target. And if you want more details, you can always check my latest video, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna link it down in the description. So I strongly recommend you to check it out. Beautiful. So as you can see, we have a high, one more time sweeping the high, and then continue lower. All right, so now let's move on to the trades that I took based on this strategy. It was only 2 trades from 10 a.m. to 10:15, so only 15 minutes of trading. I got 2 A+ setups and I had things to do, so I had to leave the chart. So this is the beautiful thing about trading on the lower time frames. It can be done in just 15 minutes of work. So this one right here, this is the first trade. This was a long, this was based on the 15-second time frame. This was right here, was based the execution on the 5-second time frame, but of course the higher time frame was the 1 minute. All right, so let's start with this one right here, and then we're going to move on to this one. So what do we have in this price action? All right, what do we have? What can you see? So if we go to the left from here, we have this fractal of price right here. This is a fractal, all right, from this high to this low. Price broke above it here. We tap one time, we start trading higher, so follow the cursor, and then one more time sweeping this low and then expanding higher. So as you can see, the same formation happened here. A zone, a top, a sweep, and then the confirmation. So the interesting thing happened here on the confirmation. So here's the sweep. Let's outline the sweep. And I also want you to notice this. Price created the swing low right here, just above an important level of this zone. The important levels are the 0% of the zone, which is this line right here, the 30% of the zone, the 50%, and the 70% of the zone. These are important levels. When you see price creates highs just above them, right? Price didn't tap into them and creates a low right here just above them, then you can assume that those lows will be swept later on. And we have that here. So we have the sweep, and also we have the confirmation here. So price closed with this candle above the candle that swept here and created the low. This is basically the CSS confirmation, easy. So what you want to do is to enter on the pullback, but we didn't have a pullback, and a lot of times you won't have a pullback if you are not quick. You can have only a top, slight top, and then price rates higher. You will not get a deep pullback, so don't get greedy. All right. Anyway, we don't have a pullback right here. We don't have a top, so this whole candle is unmitigated. See how we are focusing on the candles and not the legs, price legs. We are focusing on candles. So if we extend this in time, right, what do we have? Price traded to the upside and it started trading lower. When price started trading lower, it is creating these lows right here, as you can see. Smooth edges or low resistance liquidity, right? And we also have this range right here. So this whole range is unmitigated. This is a new zone, right? And the candle right here is the origin of the move. So this whole leg was originated from this candle right here. So that's our origin. So once price stops into this whole range, I took my entry basically here after this sweep right here. I didn't want to wait for another confirmation because it already happened here. So this is why I entered directly. So what happens is that price one more time, as you can see, created a low, start trading higher, and this low right here was just above this unmitigated candle, right? So what happens next is that we swept this low right here and then we traded a higher. It was a bit of an early entry, but I didn't want to miss the move because I already had my confirmations here. I already had my setup here, right? So I didn't want to wait for another formation of the setup right here, all right? So entered from here and exited from here on this high right here, and this was like a 2-hour trade. So that's the first trade. Now let's move on to the second trade. The second trade was also a beautiful trade, as you can see, and it met all the rules. So what do we have? We have to the left a zone. So always basing our trades on zones, right? Price started trading lower. It created this swing low and we're trading higher. So here, what do we have? You can see that we have, first of all, we have these lows right here, right? We have these lows. We swept these lows and then we traded higher. So why didn't I take this trade? First of all, we have the sweep, that's checked. We have the top inside the zone, all right? We are also with the order flow. We are bullish overall. But we didn't have that last confirmation. So as you can see, this candle right here, follow the cursor. This candle, this is the high of the candle. We didn't close above it. As you can see, we don't have a close above it. And we also don't have a market structure shift on the lower time frames. So you want either a CSS confirmation on the same time frame, on the 1 minute, which we don't have, or you can have a lower time frame market structure shift. So this for me is not a valid setup. And if you notice here, this low right here was just above the 50% of the zone, as you can see. So this is what I talked about previously. Price will create lows or highs near important levels. Those highs and lows will be swept later on. And we do have that here. So we have the sweep trading all the way to here, to this candle right here, right? This is the origin of the move, this candle from this high to this low. And we didn't violate this, all right? We don't violate this. So this is important. We didn't violate this zone. So if we violate this zone, now this will be like a pullback, but we didn't violate this zone. So this is an expansion. A huge difference between the two. A pullback can end here. Expansion will likely to trade above this high, all right? Very, very important. So why here I didn't wait for price to close above this candle right here that created the low and swept these lows right here? Why didn't I wait for the CSS confirmation? Basically, I used the 5-second market structure shift. So if you go to the 5-second, let's see what do we have. And as you can see, we have the market structure shift right here. We have this expansion leg creating this low, now this high, and now this low with the body closure, and now we have the market structure shift. So I entered from here on the pullback and then exited from here. And as you can see, price traded way above, all the way to this high right here. So if we look to this sweep right here, the previous sweep that I talked about, we didn't have that market structure shift. As you can see, we have nothing in here. We don't have a 1 minute CSS, and we don't have a 5-minute market, or I'm sorry, a 5-second market structure shift. So this whole sweep is not valid. This is the valid sweep and the valid setup, all right? Now, these setups, guys, happens every single day. If you are using the lower time frames, you will get multiple entries, multiple setups per day. All you have to do is to catch 2 of them or 3 of them, A+ setups, and you're done for the day. Just be patient. As you can see, this is just 15 minutes of chart time, and I get these 2 A+ setups, all right? It is your choice what time frame you use. So again, make sure to check my previous videos for more details and backtest it, collect examples, and don't trade it as a pattern, trade it with logic, all right? So I see you next time. If you have any questions, please DM me on my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I will answer you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading and good luck.